What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, we got something special. So, if you guys haven't seen it yet, Setsuko finally, maybe not finally, I don't, maybe he's hit it already this set, but he hit rank 1 on North America. 700 games played. I mean, this guy is just the grinder to destroy all grinders. So 1745 LP. Setsuko is actually doing something that it's crazy to see Setsuko doing. He's sitting right now. So this is his Smurf account. But I mean, we gotta watch rank 1 NA Setsuko in peak form just play some TFT. And I don't know, I did a little peek ahead at this game, and I just saw something. Yeah, you guys are going to want to watch this one. You guys are going to be hyped for this one, I'll say for sure. So we got the Darius pair here. I fully expect to see us hold on to these Sorks here. Yep, over the Kog'Maw. I think this makes perfect sense. Sorcerer is just such a beautiful opener nowadays, especially with the Vladimir as well. Our opener is just looking fantastic here. We'd love a Conqueror to get in onto this board, but even if we have to just level for a Zyra and B3 Sork here, I think we're going to be pretty happy. And our items are working perfectly for this. So, I mean, I think Setsuko is doing his Setsuko magic here, getting a beautiful opener, and he's going to need it based on what we're looking at next up here, which is our first augment, Rocket Collection, Warpath, Rocket Collection, and Superstars here. These two kind of force us into comps, so we're not too interested in taking those. But that does leave an interesting elephant in the room, which is Warpath. This is an augment that is, by all metrics, not very good. When you take an augment like this, you're playing down an augment the entire game, and so augments that require you to win while being down an augment tend to be not amazing because yeah, if you're playing down a gold augment, how are you supposed to deal 60 player damage, which is a lot of player damage? We're also in the Warwick portal where everyone wants to be really, really strong, and so I think if you're, a normal, sane TFT player, you take Spear's Will here. You could even make a Shojin JG and, be perfectly happy with your items in this spot. Setsuko is not your average TFT player. So he makes the call here and says, you know what? We're taking Warpath here. We're going to level for Conk in this spot. And I mean, the only realistic slam in this spot is JG. I'm actually curious or I guess there's Archangels as well. So yeah, and he is, immediately going to slam the Archangels and say, you know what? This gets rid of my tier, but it's the best slam in the moment. And that's all I care about, is being as strong as possible here. Fight this guy here. He even slams the glove onto the Darius here, just saying, I need it. I need to be as strong as possible. I need to win every single fight here. This is actually a really, really close one. I will say, Archangel's Lux, we do end up losing this fight, so 0. That is 0 HP so far on Warpath if we want to do a Warpath tracker this game. I will say, Archangels and Lux has fantastic synergy. The idea is, of course, Lux shields up your units. Extra AP is making that shield bigger, which allows you to play for longer fights, which allows you to get more Archangel stacks. So as far as an only slam goes, I think this is a perfect slam from Setsuko. Also, you can even think about the idea of Archangels makes it harder for units like this Rel to die, which is going to allow us to do more damage. So yeah, I mean, this is actually the perfect slam in our spot, even though, item economy wise, it's a little bit awkward because now we're killing any tier item we have here, but I don't think Setsuko in this spot really cares that much about item economy, like having a tier item for some kind of AP carry later. He just wants to be as strong as possible here, evidenced as well by the double level here for Sentinel. We're Warpath, we're in this portal, like we want to be doing as much damage as possible, so leveling every chance we get, I think this makes perfect sense. I'm honestly a bit surprised that he doesn't have his Darius on the edge here, just to get maximum Darius AoE value, but I mean, look at this. This is going to be a 5-unit loss for this player, so boom, that is a ton of damage for Warpath. I mean, this is Setsuko at his finest, man. Glove open here. We have Steadfast Heart that you can pull out of this also Vladimir, which is really, really nice. There's TG as another option here, but I mean, I love this here. This is Vladimir 2 for Setsuko as well. I mean, everything is, I mean, it was a surprising kind of crazy idea to take this Warpath, but now we have the Vlad 2. We can make the Steadfast Heart. I'm actually going to be kind of surprised if he doesn't move the Steadfast down to the Vlad, but maybe his thought is that Darius is actually a better holder of this, or maybe he really wants to hold on to that remover or something interesting. Ooh, look at this full spread here. This must be for a Vex board. We do not actually end up fighting Vex here, but we do fight a board with pretty low damage dealing ability. So once again, I don't know. I mean, I think Setsuko wanted to play for Sorks because Sorks is really strong and Lux is really strong, but I don't know. If Setsuko made the call in his head and said, I'm going to play around Lux because Lux is going to shield my units and make it so I can actually, like, there's less of a chance my units are going to die, then I mean, he's the GOAT. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know for sure if that's the thinking. If it was, you know, that's crazy. But 19 damage already. Already 1/3 of the way to Warpath. Warpath also received what is basically a buff this patch. They reduced some of the 5 quests you get, but they gave it a second anvil. You get 2 full item anvils from Warpath now, which is not bad at all, I would say, for, you know, especially for a gold augment. You think of it basically as like the new augment BRB, except you get a bunch of 5 costs out of it, and you know it's way harder to proc. Pick up a Zoe here, which is going to just be beautiful for our direction here. And you know, don't get too tilted by Setsuko high rolling here so far, because this game is anything but straightforward. I think a lot of people would say, you know what, I have 4 Sork here. I'm just gonna play a Sorcerer's game. Fantastic. Like GG's. Like the game is too easy. I'll just play Sorcerer from this spot. I have a Shojin here. Beautiful. We just play Sorcerers. But Setsuko is too good of a player to take the easy way out in a spot like that. We can make the Shojin here, though, of course, make the Chain Slam here. It looks like now at this point he's gonna move items over to Vlad. Not really sure why we didn't move them over earlier, but okay. I guess he had an idea of this. He's also even, wow, gonna move items over to Zoe here. Yeah, saying that Zoe is gonna be a much better carry than Lux in this spot, which I think is a great call. Lux is still going to have that utility of shielding, but we're going to do a much better job of killing units here with the Zoe. And look at this. We're on our win streak here with level 6. I mean, we're very pleased with this spot. Okay. Augment here. A lot of actually interesting options still. Sponging, don't love it. Quality over quantity is an interesting idea. We have a few items already, of course, and this is a really, really strong item early. I do think Coronation is probably just too juicy not to take in this spot, and yeah, I think Setsuko is going to pick this up. Not only is the Sentinel on our board, it's a 3rd item onto our Zoe, and it's another unit on our board, which is more damage for Warpath. So it all, I mean, it's beautiful. We love to see it. So yeah, I mean, Setsuko at this point just wants to keep his streak going. He's got this me-only Rengar player. I just like I was transported to a different realm where we were playing League of Legends, and this guy was a Rengar one trick, which I don't know what to say about that, but we actually are going to have one of our units die here in the Leona, which is pretty tragic, and the Lux as well. Oh my god, yeah, the Smeech is smeeching all over us, but still a 5-0, not bad. And you know, at the end of the day, losing a little bit of damage, not the end of the world. In TFT nowadays, most of the damage just comes from winning fights. So yeah, that was let's look back there at actually how much he has there. He's 46, man. He's almost procced it. This is crazy. But I mean, who else? Who else but Setsuko would almost have Warpath procced on 3-3? This guy he knows how to play around his strongest board. He knows what slams. Like, I really love that Archangel slam. I think a lot of people could have gotten tricked into making like a JG there, and the Archangel slam was beautiful for his game and has absolutely put him into an amazing spot and opened up the Steadfast slam. Like, it just opened up everything to Setsuko here. So yeah, I mean, we're almost there actually to farming. This is gonna be a 5-unit loss for this player. I mean, yeah, we're practically there. Oh my god. We have Chain open here. I mean, Sunfire seems like a quite reasonable slam. Probably not gonna be able to pick up a belt here, so maybe we can just take a different tank item like a cloak here. The idea that maybe it can be a spark or something like that. I mean, yeah, 4-cost cloak looks juicy to me, so I think we can pick this up. We're we haven't procced it just yet, but we are like 1 win off procking this, I'm pretty sure. Gonna fit Rebel in here, still gets to keep Sentinel in, just Setsuko. Nothing gets past him, man. He is not gonna not play the strongest board for a single second. He's gonna fit Rebel onto this board because it's so important onto Zoe here. And yeah, just need to. He's even gonna slam the Gargoyle here. Yeah, I actually love this. Just saying that. I mean, tempo is king here. This guy is an Ezreal 2. Maybe there's a chance that Ezreal 2 goes crazy if we don't make Gargoyle and like kills a bunch of our units and makes us not do enough damage. So we go for the full slam here, and I think that's the proc, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. All right, so here is his cash out here, 2 full items. He's got the Warmogs here, a Corki 2 as well, and all of these 5 costs: Caitlyn, Savika, Malzahar. Honestly, and yeah, he fits the Malzahar in here, and here's where the game starts to get a bit weird. We have the TG here, which can go onto, I was thinking it was going to be the Corki. We're going to pivot items over to Malzahar, who's just, you know, rebuffed this patch, a decent carry, and, you know, obviously going to be better than Zoe, and we're going to keep our streak here. This is where the game gets a little funky, because we pivot out of the Sorcerer board. I think it would have been very easy for Setsuko to say, you know what, I'm just going to play a Sorcerer's game because I have all these Sorcerers, but he knows, you know, that would be no fun. Why would we play around that? Let's full pivot the board into this crazy like Visionary plus the Savika for Pit Fighter plus the Vi for Enforcer board. What I love about this board from Setsuko, though, is he's just making logical upgrades. I think, you know, the more coaching that I've done, Metafy in the description if you guys are interested, the more coaching I've done, the more I've seen people shoot themselves in the foot by playing, by artificially making their board weaker. And I think the thing that I really, really admire these fantastic TFT players do is they just make their board stronger every single round. They just, like this board right here, he said, you know what, Swain here actually is just so many traits on this board that I have to fit him on this board, just the conch and the source. The sorcerer on this board, he's just too good over, you know, what he was playing before, I think the Caitlyn. And so like every single round, he's just making logical upgrades, saying, I'm going to play a slightly stronger unit on this board and it's going to make me better. I mean, Piercing Lotus is pretty meh. I kind of like Powered Shield's the best out of these, even though we don't have a lot of shielding already. I think it's like just okay. He's not going to, wow, he's going to piercing here. Interesting. I mean, I guess the idea is that one, the spell crit is pretty good, and two, we have Spark Made already. We don't have Armor Shred here in this spot. We actually do a lot of physical damage. Yeah, I like it, with the idea that just we now get the Armor Shred that we missed and the crit. And also, when you're playing Fast 9 type like this, like there's so many different carries you can have on this board. Look, he's thinking about Malzahar, Mordekaiser, LeBlanc, Jace. All these units can carry, and so having spell crit automatically onto all of them is fantastic. So another really, really good reasoning behind picking up this augment. So I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Setsuko, of course, is always right in a spot like this. But yeah, I mean, 4-2. Already a lot of nice 5 costs on this board. He's actually probably yapping right now about this guy who picked up a LeBlanc and a Mordekaiser on level 8, which is quite interesting. Also, he had 8. He has 8 Sork, right? He has the LeBlanc. So why? He was also yapping about like, why is this guy not playing 8 Sork? I don't know, just a very interesting spot. But yeah, I mean, Setsuko playing the world's best Jazz game, the world's best Stand United game, Bronze for Life, the current version of it, even without the augment, just because, I mean, it makes sense, right? He fits all these units onto his board. He's losing fights, but look at, he's pre-pumped almost all the way to level 9. It almost looks like a fast 10, but I think Setsuko is wise enough to not go for that. This bow, so he knows that he has Shojin, Archangels. These items are going to kind of stay there. The bow, I think, really wants to become like a Nashor's for Mord. Yeah, and he can't actually pick that up, so he does end up having to take like a sword here. I don't know, Edge of Night maybe will end up getting made. We'll see. Setsuko, though, I mean, he knows that he can't actually, I mean, we'll see. Maybe he will roll to 0 here. I would say Setsuko has like a lot of units left to find. I think the only reason that he does actually make this level here is that he realized that, like, I mean, this is, and maybe not realizes, he knows in his heart of hearts that this is a Warwick portal. So every unit that we're killing is hugely influential. So we still econ back up to 10 gold. It's not like we're 0 gold. And also we make up all this econ to get back up. So, oh my God. So hey, you know, that's good enough. But he doesn't want it to just be straight up 0 because we still have a lot of stuff to find on 9, but also just the tempo is so important. Okay. Stone Skin. I mean, I don't, would he really take this here? Okay, yeah, I was like, I feel like I would just take something on like Malzahar or something. Center of the Universe is really interesting. So this got buffed this patch. I've seen this more and more and more. So is it going to be Center of the Universe? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, wow. Okay, so Center of the Universe. This is a really, really fun new, just kind of like damage dealer type augment. The idea is that these little stars orbit any carry that you have, and then when you target someone, the stars expand to actually hit that target. Setsuko realizing that, I mean, you got to keep this Korkian for now, I would think, but he is going to pivot into a Force Sentinel setup here. Force Sentinel plus this Vi here, getting Enforcer in and all these kind of really, really cool things. Vladimir in here as just, I mean, what is he even on this board? He's Sorcerer plus Watcher, or did we? No, we cut out of the Garen, right? He's just Sork on this board. So the Vlad is probably not long for this world. But you can see when the Mal is hitting this unit, we have all these Sork, or these little balls orbiting him. I don't know. It's a really fun one to watch. And I just think a lot of people think pretty highly of this as like a damage anomaly in general now. Finally pick up Savika too, who is that beautiful holder of the BT. We also have this Vladimir that we can think about cutting at this point. Really wants to fit in the Blitz plus a Muerto Kaiser here because we're getting Automata in and we're getting Dominator for the Mordekaiser here. So I think this is beautiful. We also have Conquer in with the Rel that we've been keeping in and back up to 30 gold. So this is going to be a very nice roll down for Mr. Setsuko. We can pick up the Jace here, pick up LeBlanc pair. Gonna just keep rolling here for any kind of 2-star that we can get. I imagine, okay, why? My only question on this is why we still have Vladimir in on this board, but he is going to pivot into, playing around LeBlanc. She's a very nice extra carry on this board. Going to end up making Edge of Night here. That's eventually going to go into the Mordekaiser, and then he has Glove for, I don't know, maybe a full item to come out later from something else. But this is cool. Wow, he's thinking about even cutting the Mord here. That's crazy. Got the, was that mouse out of a, I didn't think he had mouse. Did he get mouse out of a chest there? Where did he get that mouse? That, it must have been, it actually was, right? He got a chest for killing a unit and picked up a mouse. That's so, I mean, only Setsuko can conjure up a Malzahar too for free. Upgrading the Rumble at this point. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting other capped version of the board saying, I don't know, maybe my best Sork is actually the Vladimir in this spot, and maybe he's going to figure out like a Black Rose in at some point. He's got, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he needs to fit. There's no way at this point that we're cutting Savika 2, and then Vi 2 fits very, very nicely. We're playing for Sentinel. Maybe there's some idea of getting out of Force Sentinel eventually, but I mean, now, I mean, it's not like we're going to cut the Rumble, and then if we're not cutting the Rumble, then, you know, we're not cutting basically the other Force Sentinels. So I don't know. Maybe this is the board that Setsuko is going to arrive upon. I mean, honestly, I'm here for the ride, I will say. We can fit Ambessa in here. Who did he even just put that in over? He put that in over the Jace that we had in, because Jace was just kind of sitting here traitless. Probably the easiest unit to cut here, so we can get this in. It's Conqueror for this board. It's also just Ambessa, Arm Namar onto our entire board, which is very nice. So this makes sense. Like I said, I'm still, I don't know. I feel like there must be something better than this Vladimir sometime, but I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe a Swayan just for Conqueror, and then, but like, you know, Conqueror onto just a couple of units is really, like this Ambessa, the Conqueror is really doing nothing. The big thing is just getting that Armor and Warrant to everybody. But hey, we have a Mouse 2 who's doing a lot of damage over time, actually is doing enough here. Also note the middle positioning to just try to get a lot of just the stars bouncing around and hitting everybody. I think a lot of people are not, you know, not so interested in, I mean, yeah, you hit a bunch of units when you put them in the middle with the stars, I guess, is the what I'm trying to say there after a million years. I mean, another Archangels here seems quite reasonable. He's getting over QSS. So maybe Archangels, then we can move the TAC crown to somebody else, but he just wants QSS on Rumble. This is crazy. And then, I mean, it's a push 10 in the spot, right? He's got these dupes that he can use to make gold that he's just been sitting on for a few rounds. But yeah, why not push 10 in this spot? I mean, maybe on 10 we can fit the Mordekaiser plus the Blitzcrank idea. Maybe we'll see. But I mean, at this point, the Rumble is holding all the items that would go onto the Mordekaiser. So really, we just want to add supportive units at this point. You can see, when Malice just starts blowing through units and gets those stars orbiting around, they're actually, it's so nice because Malice is this kind of unit. I never really would have thought about this because, you know, you think about this being good on units that can like auto attack a bunch of different units. But it's actually not bad on Mal's because he's spreading his damage account around to the entire board, and the stars are hitting those units as well. So they're maybe getting kills that the burn, like his ults, you know, his little poison would not kill. You know, like that Mordekaiser on the right there gets sniped out by a star. Just this Mal's with the stars is doing 13k damage a fight, and this is going to be the fastest 10 of his life. I mean, there's a Warwick here, which I think can certainly come in over Ambessa. He's also got a chest that he just cannot see for some reason. He's probably yapping to, wait, is that not a real chest? Okay, interesting. Or whatever. We pick up a Hodge, which I guess also was, maybe that was from the chest, and the I honestly, this game is just too chaotic. But I mean, I honestly feel like I can't slow it down because it feels like an insult to just Setsuko's speed and just how crazy he's being this game. But okay, he's going to get the Warwick in here. Just still on level 9, so we kept the Ambessa in. Wait, who did we cut for that Warwick? It was not Vi, was it? It was Vi. Wow, he cut Vi here. Just decided to get out of Pit Fighter at this point because he knows Warwick is stronger. I'm a bit surprised by the Ambessa in here over the Vi 2 for Pit Fighter onto our Sevika. I'm surprised by that, but maybe he really thinks the Arm Namar is better in this spot. Wild to me, but okay. I mean, the Warwick's obviously pretty good, though he does go down very, very, very quickly. But Mal is still doing a lot of work here. He's got the burn, and I mean, yeah, the damage over time just clears out the board. This is a level 10 for Setsuko. Probably not enough gold to hit a 3-star 5 cost, but how cool would that have been to see? Gets the Elise in as well as the Jace. This was his idea. This is why he stayed on this Vladimir for so long, because he wanted to play for this 3 Black Rose setup here and get into some of this other stuff. Fits a Mel onto this board. That was over Savika 2, right? Yeah, he sold Savika 2 and said, you know what, I'm tired of Savika 2. I want to play around Mel. She is going to give my board a ton of extra frontline, which is exactly what I needed. Every fight this Mel is just killing everybody at the last second with the stars is just so satisfying. I mean, this is just a beautiful fast 9 game from Setsuko. He's even saying at this point, I have enough frontline. Maybe I can start about thinking about getting back into the Mordekaiser. Honestly, this looks pretty bad to me. I don't really love this just because, I mean, we end up actually cutting out the Mordekaiser, which I think is definitely correcting. Just gets into like 4 black roses, the idea, because we have a 0 out of Mord. Like, what are we meant to do with him? We have enough damage. We really don't need more in this spot. So I think that's a good call. There's Automata +1 actually, which would be a nice just like random +1. He's just going to take a real item though, so this can go on too. Because yeah, we're 2 item LeBlanc here, so 3rd LeBlanc item looks really, really nice here. And I mean, just going to keep rolling, finds another Mal's, which I mean, maybe. I mean, if Setsuko ends this game with a 3-star Mal's, then he's just the GOAT of TFT. What else can you say? But I mean, this really looks like a pretty nice, just kind of, not generic, because I mean, it was a crazy route to get here, but just a strong capped board. He also traps the Warwick in to try to protect him, because this Warwick is honestly one of the most susceptible units to just being dead. So I think this is a great call from Setsuko. And yeah, I mean, he's keeping the Mal's, the 3-star 5-cost stream open, rolls it down, picks up Mord 2. The second he finds that, he is going to actually get that in onto the board here, as once again a 0 out of Mord, but he moves those Rumble items over. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. And whoa, what is this? Moving Mal's items over, moving the Tactician's Crown to Mord, and then 2-item Mal's here, just saying the Tactician's Crown, all those stats are going to do really nicely on Mordekaiser. That's a crazy idea. I mean, I think it makes sense, but once again, I've said I've contractually obligated myself to not slow down this video, because yeah, it's just too fun to watch him do it on super fast speed. Even sells the Warwick here for the Hodge. I mean, these are weird ideas from Setsuko. Honestly, they're defying logic at some points. Also, I think he sold his extra Malzes for some reason, which is so sad. No 3-star Malz Dream. Do find a Victor here, which has to come onto the board, so that's going to fit in. And Gunblade's going to go back onto Malz, so that we finally get back to a 3 out of Malz. He's also backlining the Hex here, the Hex Gate, so that he gets extra attack speed onto his board. I mean, this is also a level 10 board from Me Only Rengar here, but I don't know if it can cap. I mean, we do end up losing this fight. Wow, okay. Maybe Setsuko has to lock in here to actually close out this game. I mean, surely it wouldn't be a top 2. I didn't check the end of the game. That is another LeBlanc. That is 6 or 7 LeBlancs here. Does this guy that we're fighting have any? I mean, surely not if we've gotten this far, right? They do not have any LeBlancs here. He's got a baby duplicator here for some extra gold. Just has to use it at the right time. He's also holding on to all these Elises. 26 HP. Is this going to be another lost fight? It will be. He's going to pick up the LeBlanc here. Can we make it? Going to get the Blitz in here just to give himself some more gold to roll with. There's another LeBlanc, and we are 1 off. This guy just does a quick check here to see if there are any LeBlancs. So this guy found Victor 2, so our only out here is now LeBlanc 3. It's the only way we can win this game. On 6 HP, we have to sell stuff, right? Whoa! Setsuko! You're 6 HP! Was this guy... He found a LeBlanc. He found a LeBlanc. Oh my god, when he clicked on it. So Setsuko can't even hit LeBlanc 3. He does have the Mel's Blessing, though. So he needs a duplicator off Carousel, because this guy has LeBlanc, and I think he's hoping that this guy will like sell his LeBlanc or something, but that's not going to happen. Spare parts here. I mean, his only out is to now like sell his board and roll for a 3-star 5 cost, but I think he's too disheartened. It's actually a top 2 this game from Setsuko, which is just, I mean, maybe, because these fights were very close. We'll see. He dodges the Zephyr here. We'll see if this board can do it, because this enemy board that we're fighting, I mean, 1,200 Conqueror stacks is really the thing carrying this board, and it is actually, I mean, this game had it all. I can't, like, him losing to the 1,200 stack Conqueror player with a Fishbones Mordekaiser and like all these support items when he was 1 off LeBlanc 3 but couldn't find it. I mean, this was just a hilarious, beautiful game of TFT. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.